Hi, this is Matt's Rundown. If you enjoy movie reviews and trailer reactions, well, you're in the right place. So why not subscribe and hit the like button down below.
Today we're going to be reviewing Space Jam: A New Legacy. Space Jam: A New Legacy is a 2021 comedy film directed by Malcolm D. Lee, starring LeBron James as LeBron James, Don Cheadle as LG Rhythm, and the Looney Tunes.
The movie is a sequel of sorts to the 1996 Space Jam and follows a very similar plot and structure, except with LeBron James in the place of Michael Jordan, and digital space in place of outer space.
So let's take a look at the good. There were a few funny moments throughout it. There's a one joke about Michael Jordan, which is actually brilliant. Or you can watch it just for that joke and kind of turn it off after that if you want. But the rest of the movie is okay. I really enjoyed Don Cheadle, but I think I'm biased because I like Don Cheadle. So yeah, he was great.
I also enjoyed him, and I was glad to see him in the movie.
He does a very good villainous character, which I was not surprised at, because I don't know if you've seen it, but he does a very interesting take on Captain Planet. And yeah, he's good at doing that type of menacing character. I like it.
Captain Planet menacing.
Captain Planet menacing. I'm going to show it to you one day, actually.
What I really liked about the movie is the overall message that, you know, you can get really good at doing something, but if it's not something you love doing, you're just not going to enjoy it. But if it's something that's right, you will enjoy it, and you kind of have to nurture that aspect, especially if you have kids in your children, and it's more to do with what they love doing than what you love doing or what you want them to do.
Yeah, you be you.
Yeah, you be you. I also like the concept of this one a lot more because I didn't really like the random outer space and center of the earth in the first movie. I thought this was more logical in many ways,
More algorithmic.
more scientific. It just makes more sense to me because it gave me that little bit of a feel of The Matrix and Star Trek.
Yeah, exactly.
So I like that. However, that takes us to the bad. I don't think they actually actualized the concept very well. They didn't follow through.
No.
Could have been much, much better.
And really, LeBron James isn't an actor, and at times it really did show. On the court, he looked comfortable. Those scenes, he was good. I mean, you expect it. That's kind of his home.
Yeah.
When it got to the deeper stuff, imparting the message to his kids and that, it didn't hit quite well. And I think it's part of the reason why the message felt a bit superficial at times.
Yeah, I felt that the message was quite forced at times and really, you know, standing out there. Then they had to preach it instead of showing it.
Yeah, constantly preaching it throughout the movie.
Yeah. And I think if it was slightly more subtler, it would have come across better.
Yes.
And if LeBron James was able to impart it a bit more deeply when he acted those specific scenes, it would have come across as more genuine.
Yeah.
And I wasn't a huge fan of the 3D animation, especially at the end. I'm not going to say exactly what happened at the end,
Yeah.
but at the end, the 3D animation became a bit iffy. And you'll know exactly which part I'm talking about if you've seen it.
Especially Bugs Bunny and Lola Bunny. It wasn't right.
And the one that they rinsed water. What is that?
I forget what that fluffy guy is called.
Yeah.
Here's a picture of him.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
Looking at the characters, you're always going to compare the original with the new one. The Goon Squad versus the Masters. The Goon Squad were cool. They looked amazing. The concept of them was epic. The monsters were actually characters.
Yeah.
You felt like you knew them, like really 3D characters, where the Goon Squad was very superficial tools, basically, to progress the story.
Yeah. I wonder if it's not our context, because we don't quite know the basketball players that these characters were based off on. So maybe if you know the basketball characters, their use in this movie makes more sense.
Possibly.
And how they were put in the Goon Squad. So I think it could just be that. I'm not 100% sure. Because I think if you already identify with the basketball player, then they may feel more 3D for you already,
Yes.
more personal. Whereas for us, we know nothing about basketball really, and so it meant nothing.
There's also quite a bit in this movie that I just didn't hit home for some reason. They go through the Warner Brothers universe, and we get Harry Potter universe for a bit, and the Matrix universe,
And DC.
universe, and it could have been brilliant, and it just wasn't for some
Yeah.
reason, and I'm not sure why. It just didn't feel right, didn't hit properly.
Not sure why either, but I also didn't enjoy that part.
And I was quite excited when they started doing it, and by the end of it, I almost was annoyed that this isn't great, and this should be great.
Almost like, oh, that's all you did with this idea?
Yeah. And I think last for the bad, the basketball was very gimmicky in this one, as opposed to an actual crazy game of basketball. It was a complete gimmick, and I don't know, I didn't enjoy it as much as the first one with a more traditional, crazy game of basketball.
Yeah. This one was completely gimmicky. There wasn't very much realness to it, I feel.
So overall, I didn't want a sequel. We didn't need a sequel. And I didn't like the sequel.
Yeah. I think for me, rating-wise, a 5. It was okay.
I'm going to give it a 4.
So there's a 4.5. Not good.
That's not good. Doesn't pass.
Just in terms of who would enjoy watching it. I think if you were a fan of the first one, you might want to watch it.
Yeah.
But be prepared to be disappointed, maybe. Because I think that's how we felt.
Yes. I think kids might enjoy it.
Yeah, it was a lot sillier than the original one in many ways. And I feel like younger kids would definitely have enjoyed it more.
Yeah. So let us know in the comments down below. If you've seen the new one, which one do you prefer? The original or the sequel?
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.
Later.